Alright guys, I'm here to talk about Payday 3 and how Starbreeze fucked it up so goddamn bad. But the thing is, I literally told you that you should not buy Payday 3 in one of my last videos, and yet here we are with Payday 3 sitting at 31% on Steam, roughly 1.5 stars on Xbox, and I'll be, the critic rating on Metacritic's a little bit higher than the user rating. It's around 70, I think. But the user rating on Metacritic is sitting at 1.5 out of 10, I think, or 1 point something out of 10. So yeah, that's pretty terrible. Now, what makes this situation way worse than it already is, of course, when a game company comes out and they come out with an online only game that has a launch that I would say was worse than Diablo 3's in terms of playability. They've already shut down the servers temporarily so they can get them fixed and back up working, when really all they had to do in the first place was not make an online only game and pretty much just copy what Payday 2 did. Have an online mode if you want, where you can matchmake with other people, kind of like CrimeNet, um, or an offline mode if, say, you have a full party with your friends and you don't have to matchmake, you can just get straight into the game. Or if you're playing by yourself, trying to learn a map or something like that, and playing with bots. So yeah, I think they really dropped the ball when it comes to just about every decision that they made when it comes to the online functionality and um, the size and amount of servers that they had, because they had to have known that this game was going to have a lot of people playing day one, because they had to have access to that Game Pass information from Microsoft. There's no way. There's just no way. Using that information, they would have been able to say, "Oh well, we have X many people pre-ordering the game on Steam or whatever platform you use, and then we have X amount of Game Pass subscribers that might just download the game and give it a try. Even if they aren't familiar with the Payday franchise, um, because that's how Game Pass is. I think at the end of the day, Game Pass is not good for the overall games industry. Uh, but I'm not going to say that it's not a good deal, because Game Pass is a pretty good deal when it comes down to it. But I don't think that it's good in the long term for the gaming industry. And what honestly makes this worse, in my opinion, is the fact that people are either ignorant of these facts or they just don't care and are consistently and pretty vehemently defending Starbreeze for this. Although, of course, you always have to take into consideration that the uh, the most vocal part of most groups are usually in the minority. The majority of people usually do not express their opinion as widespread or as vehemently as other people. Usually, if people are discussing things or giving feedback, it's usually negative, um, in my opinion. So, but really, I think the final thoughts on this are we need to expect better from game companies, and we need to stop defending online only games or games that kind of act as a service instead of you buying the game and playing the game. It's more like you buy the game and then you keep buying into the game because that's just how some game developers think that that's how it should be, which is absolutely false. I don't think that there's any reason for games to be online only in a time like this. There's really not any point for that at all, because you have to you have to rely on your internet connection, your computer, their servers, everybody else's internet connection, and it's just it's too convoluted, and I don't think that it really holds any place in a meaningful way in the future of gaming. But again, that's just my opinion. So to wrap this up, I think it comes down to uh, we need a little bit more critical thinking, and we really need to hold these game developers and publishers to higher standards, or else they're just going to keep pushing out games that are just worse and worse and worse and worse until we actually fight back about it. and it's not helping that people are defending this so vehemently.